Have you ever noticed how your energy seems to dip right around the middle of the day? One minute you're folding laundry or reading a book, and the next, your eyelids start getting heavier than your grocery bags. It's like your body is whispering, "Take a break." And yet, many of us feel guilty or even a little lazy for wanting to lie down in the afternoon. But here's the truth. That little voice telling you to rest might be onto something. Getting older brings a lot of wisdom, but it also brings changes, especially to how we sleep and recharge. After 65, our sleep patterns shift. We tend to wake up earlier, sleep more lightly, and feel tired more often during the day. It's not just you. It's your body adjusting to a new rhythm. And that's where naps come in. Not the long, groggy, 2-hour kind that leaves you feeling worse than before, but the kind that actually boosts your mood, clears your mind, and gives your energy a gentle nudge in the right direction. In this video, we're going to talk about why naps aren't just helpful, they can be a real game changer in your life after 65. You'll learn 5 simple, science-backed rules to help you nap the right way so you wake up refreshed, not sluggish. These aren't complicated rules. They're practical habits you can start today to feel more alive, more alert, and more in control of your energy without relying on caffeine or pushing through exhaustion. Let's start with the first habit, and perhaps the most important one: timing. When it comes to naps, when you close your eyes matters just as much as how long you stay there. You see, our bodies run on a natural rhythm called the circadian rhythm. It's like an internal clock that tells us when to feel awake and when to wind down. For most people, there's a natural dip in alertness between 1 and 3 p.m. That's the sweet spot for napping. Not too early, not too late. If you nap too close to bedtime, say around 5 or 6 p.m., you'll throw off your nighttime sleep and end up wide awake when you're supposed to be winding down. That's why mid-afternoon is ideal. It gives your body a short reset without interfering with your regular sleep later on. Now, you might be thinking, but I already feel sleepy by 11 a.m. Should I nap then? It's possible, especially if you had a rough night. But try to aim for after lunch, when your energy naturally dips. A short nap at that time can restore alertness and improve your mood without creating that dreaded sleep hangover. That brings us to the second habit. Keep it short and sweet. This is where many people go wrong. A nap should refresh you, not replace your whole night's sleep. The golden number? Between 10 and 30 minutes. That's right, just 10 to 30 minutes can do wonders. Any longer, and you start drifting into deeper sleep stages, and waking up from that can leave you groggy, disoriented, and more tired than before. You've probably felt it before, waking up from a nap and thinking it's a new day. That's not the power nap we're talking about. Imagine it like this. Your brain is like a phone battery. A short nap is like plugging it in for a quick charge. Just enough to get you through the rest of the day, but not so much that it overheats or messes up your system. You want a nap that lifts the fog, not one that leaves you feeling like you just got off a 10-hour flight. A helpful trick? Set an alarm before you close your eyes. Even 20 minutes can make a big difference, and knowing you've got a timer running helps your mind relax without the pressure of accidentally sleeping too long. And here's a little tip. If you wake up before the alarm goes off and feel alert, get up. Don't force yourself to stay in bed. That nap has already done its job. The third habit, and it might surprise you, is to create a nap-friendly environment. We often think we need to lie in our bed, in complete darkness, to fall asleep. But for a short, energizing nap, it doesn't have to be so formal. In fact, napping in a quiet, comfortable chair or on the couch might be even better, especially if you're trying not to slip into deep sleep. You want a space that's relaxing, but not too cozy. The goal is rest, not hibernation. Consider soft lighting, or even an eye mask if the sun is too bright. A light blanket can help if you tend to get chilly when you rest. And turn off the TV or anything with sudden noise. Your brain needs calm to settle down. Some people even find that playing gentle music or white noise helps them drift off without distractions. If you live with family or have frequent visitors, it's okay to let them know that you take a short nap each day. It's your personal recharge time. Protect it like you would any other important routine. It's not being lazy. It's being smart about your health. Now that we've talked about timing, duration, and setting, let's move on to another powerful habit that makes all the difference: being consistent. Yes, habit and routine matter, even when it comes to naps. Think about it like watering a plant. You wouldn't wait until the leaves wilt to give it a drink, right? You give it water at regular intervals so it stays healthy. Your energy works the same way. If you wait until you're utterly drained to rest, it's much harder to bounce back. But when you build a regular nap into your daily rhythm, your body starts to expect it. That's when it becomes truly powerful. Try picking a regular time in the afternoon that works for your schedule. Maybe it's right after lunch or around 2 p.m., after you've done your errands or had your walk. The key is to make it part of your day, not just something you squeeze in when you're desperate for a break. When your body gets used to that short rest at the same time each day, you'll find yourself falling asleep faster and waking up more refreshed. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but my days are all different. I don't always know what I'll be doing. That's completely okay. Life isn't a factory line. But even aiming for consistency most days of the week can make a big difference. Your body doesn't need perfection. It just needs a little rhythm to follow. And remember, consistency doesn't mean rigidity. If a grandchild pops by for a surprise visit or you get caught up in a good book, it's okay to skip a day or shift your time a bit. What matters most is treating rest as a priority, not an afterthought. Think of it as your daily dose of self-care. Now, let's talk about something people often forget when it comes to naps, and it can make or break the whole experience: your mindset. How you think about napping affects how it works for you. Many of us grew up believing that naps were for children or for people who were lazy. You might have even said to yourself, "I don't need naps. I'm not that old yet." But here's the truth. A smart nap isn't a sign of weakness. It's a tool for strength. Elite athletes take naps to improve performance. Busy professionals use short rests to boost focus. Even world leaders and inventors throughout history, from Churchill to Edison, were known to take strategic naps. If they weren't ashamed of it, why should you be? When you view a nap as a healthy part of your day, something designed to help you feel better, think more clearly, and enjoy your time more fully, it shifts your whole attitude. You stop feeling guilty. You stop brushing it off. And suddenly, that nap becomes something you look forward to, not something you feel you have to explain or defend. So if there's a little voice in your head saying, "You don't need a nap," just smile and remind yourself, you're not giving in, you're tuning in. You're listening to your body and giving it what it needs to keep you moving through the rest of the day with energy, patience, and joy. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. And while we're on the subject of mindset, let's talk about how to actually fall asleep. Because I know it's not always easy. You close your eyes, and suddenly your brain starts thinking about that thing you forgot to do this morning, or whether you turned off the stove, or how long it's been since you called your sister. It happens to everyone. One way to help your mind settle is to do something calming just before your nap. This might be as simple as reading a few pages of a gentle book, not the thriller that gets your heart racing, or listening to soft music, maybe even stepping outside for 5 minutes of fresh air before lying down. These small cues signal your brain that it's time to shift gears. And over time, they train your body to relax more quickly. Another simple trick is to focus on your breathing. Not in a fancy, complicated way, just noticing your breath as it comes in and out. Count slowly to 4 as you inhale, then 4 again as you exhale. Do that a few times, and you might be surprised how quickly your thoughts start to quiet down. You don't need to force anything. Just let your body do what it's naturally designed to do: rest, recharge, and restore. Now that we've talked about timing, duration, creating a restful space, building a consistent habit, and adopting the right mindset, there's one final piece of the puzzle that ties it all together. And that final piece is listening to your body. That might sound simple, but in today's world, even in retirement, it's easy to ignore the signs our bodies are giving us. We push through the tiredness because we don't want to feel like we're slowing down. We stay busy because we think we should. But the truth is, one of the greatest gifts of this stage in life is the freedom to finally listen without guilt or pressure. Your body is always communicating with you. Maybe it's a heavy feeling behind your eyes. Maybe it's a short temper or trouble concentrating. Or maybe it's just that quiet sense that you need to pause. Those aren't signs of weakness. They're little nudges, your body's way of saying, "I need a moment." And when we learn to honor those nudges with a short, gentle rest, we give ourselves a chance to feel better, think more clearly, and enjoy life more fully. Think of it this way. A car can't run all day without stopping to refuel, right? And yet so many people expect their minds and bodies to keep running from morning till night without ever pausing to recharge. Over time, that takes a toll. not just on energy, but on memory, patience, even joy. But when you take a short nap, just 20 minutes of quiet rest in the afternoon, it's like topping off your tank. You're not starting over. You're simply giving yourself what you need to keep going with strength and steadiness. And here's the really beautiful part. Once you make power napping a habit, something you do with purpose and intention, you might start to notice other areas of your life improving too. You may feel more motivated to go for that evening walk, more present during conversations, or even find that you sleep better at night. Yes, resting during the day, when done right, can actually help you rest better at night. It's all part of helping your body find balance. I've heard from so many folks over 65 who thought napping was just about feeling sleepy, but then they gave it a try, with the right timing and structure, and suddenly they were clearer, calmer, and more energized. One gentleman told me he hadn't felt that sharp in years, and all it took was a consistent 25-minute nap each afternoon. That's the power of rest done right. So if you've been feeling like your energy just isn't what it used to be, if you find yourself fading halfway through the day, or if you wake up in the morning already looking forward to bedtime, it's not just aging. It's your body asking for a little more care. And one of the kindest things you can do for yourself is to respond with a short, structured nap. Let's quickly revisit what we've talked about, not in a list, but as a rhythm to follow. Mid-afternoon is your golden window. Keep it short, between 10 and 30 minutes. Set the scene in a quiet, calm spot. Make it a habit, not a one-off rescue. Shift your mindset. Napping is wise, not lazy. And most of all, listen to what your body's telling you. The signals are there. Trust them. You deserve to feel good in your body. You deserve moments of peace and rest. Taking a nap isn't stepping away from life. It's stepping into it with more presence and energy. Small changes, like a daily power nap, can truly transform the way you feel, not just physically, but emotionally too. If this message speaks to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried power napping? Did it help you feel more alert or just more peaceful in your day? Sharing your story might inspire someone else who's on the fence. And if this kind of content is helpful to you, if you enjoy learning ways to take care of yourself and live fully at every age, go ahead and tap that like button and subscribe to the channel. That way, you won't miss any future videos made just for you, right here in the Elder's Corner. Here's to living your best life at any age. And here's to naps, not as a retreat, but as a return to balance, energy, and joy. You've earned it.